Hi, my name is Jamie and welcome to my cross-stitching channel. This is my third Flosstube video and today is Sunday, February 6th. So like I said, welcome and welcome back for anybody who's a returning viewer. I never thought I'd say that, and it feels really good that you guys are starting to follow me on my journey here. It's really fun to show off my projects to you guys and get your feedback and stuff. It's been really fun. Anyway, so today may be a quicker video. I didn't get the chance to work on as many projects as I was hoping to. I did say in my last one that I had only planned on working 3 projects, which I did. They're all, I think they're all Heaven and Earth designs. Yep, they're all Heaven and Earth designs, full coverage. So I had the goal of getting to 1,000 stitches on all of them in this last week, which I did. But that meant not a lot of time for other stuff. Plus I had some life stuff get in the way and I just didn't have as much time as I wanted to stitch this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the whips. So the first one I worked on, and I will show you the finished product here. So the first one I worked on was Mini Loyalty. It is a Heaven and Earth design. The artist, designer, not designer, is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The artist of this one is Cherie, Gerard, and this is a mini version. And so this is how far I got from last time. Like I said before, I did get my goal on all of these. This one I think was closer to 1,100. But I was really excited about this one. So I actually, when I started working on this one, I had a really hard time getting into it. Some of my projects, I really love the way they look, but sometimes I just don't want to work on them that much. And so when I pulled this one out, I was feeling that way, especially because I knew how close I was to the middle part where there's a badger on top of a goblet, or in it, I think. And so I had to convince myself to work a little bit up here in the background first, which I did. I got some of the background up here. There's, if you can see, there's so many colors. Because it's a mini, the confetti can get kind of crazy because they're trying to get all the detail in there, which it turns out awesome, but lots and lots of color switches in there. So did up here, and then I took it down, filled in some of this, did this diamond in black, and then I jumped down to the badger because I finally said, you know what, I want to work on the badger, so that's what I'm doing. I got so burnt out on the background. I was like, I have to stitch something else. Doesn't look like a badger much yet, but it's getting there. And you can see here now where it splits from one kind of background to the next. But that's how far I got on that one. And that one is stitched on a 28 count, just a plain white even weave. I believe I got it at crossstitchingsupplies.com. And there, you guys are ever looking for places to get, they serge all the edges. I really like them. They have coupons sometimes and things, so that's that one. And then the second thing I worked on, I will show you the finished image here. This is North American Mammals. Artist is Ciro, Marchetti, another Heaven and Earth design. Like I said, all of these are Heaven and Earth because I am obsessed. So here's my progress from last time. And I got a page finish. Yay. So this one's also on 28 count. It's the gridded. It's easy count. I think it's Lugana. Is it Lugana? I'm not sure what it's technically is, but yeah, this is 28 count, 2/1. That one is also, the Loyalty was also 2/110 stitch. I do all my full coverage projects that way now. But yep, I got this page finished on this side. As you can see, I finished off the owl's wing, and isn't that fish cute? I'm sorry, I love owls. I think they're adorable. So I was super excited to get his face all filled in. And then you can, it's hard to see because there's lots of light colors in his wing, but the second wing is coming in right there. Got a little bit more definition on the antler. I started out having a hard time working on this one, and then as I got more and more detail in, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I'm really excited to keep going on this one. So yeah, that's my progress on North American Mammals. And then the last one I worked on, again, another head nurse sign. I'm sorry, I have dog hair like everywhere. Oh, and I also got about, I think I just like barely cracked 1,000 stitches on that last one. By the time I was getting done with that one, my week was starting to dwindle away and I wanted to work on my third project. So I just barely got over 1,000 stitches on that one. And then my last one is Gardner's Paradise, which looks like this. And it is by the artist Dona Gelsinger, another Heaven Earth design. And I'm actually, that product image I just showed you, so I just decided this week when I pulled it out that I was going to go ahead and crop it. This is a piece for my mom, and I would like to be able to finish it and give it to her at some point. So what I went ahead and did is I cropped it down. I pulled, yeah, I won't do side by side. So the original image is 9 pages across, and I cut down two rows out, so, or 2 columns out of it. So it's only 7 pages across now. So I cut off the whole door and the boots and half of the big tree in the vase. That part wasn't really too exciting for me, and I really wanted to be able to finish it. So I had my mom take a look at it, and I showed her what it would look like cropped down, and she's like, yeah, that looks good too. So it's now only 518 by 500. I cut off about 157 stitches across on the width of it, and it took off almost 80,000 stitches. So it'll be a lot more likely to get done this time. So I'm gonna go ahead, since this is technically a new start, it's more of a restart. Obviously my start from before doesn't matter anymore. So this is all that I got done. And I managed to get 1,175 stitches. And I am enjoying this much, much more. I don't know why that starting point I was at last time just was not exciting to me at all. Because these flowers are still some of those pink flowers I had in there before. I'm just farther in. But I got the start. This is the roof. And then this is like a shelf, and there's little pottery pieces or vases or whatever sitting on here. So that's the start of one of the vases. I hit 1,000 just working all of this up here, and then I realized that this vase was right here, and it was some new colors. There's all those blues in there, so I really wanted to do that, so I ended up doing some of that. And there's like a green one here, and I think there's a bowl on the other side, so I'm excited to see little details coming out. So that's how far I got on that one. Did pretty good start there. And this one is also on 28 count 2/1 tent stitch. So those are all my whips. Like I said, not even 10 minutes in yet, and I've already showed you all those. But I am gonna briefly go over my 2022 goals. Before, I had said that I wanted to just do like a continuous rotation through all 8, and I will have a 9th one. Didn't get the fabric this week like I was really hoping to, so I am hopefully on my next video I'll be able to show you the start on that one. But I'm gonna have 9 projects, and I was just gonna move one by one through all of them and then come back and just keep cycling. And I may somewhat do that still, but I was just realizing that some of my projects, I just like them more than others, and there are some I just want to have finished more than others. And there were 4 in particular that just were really calling to me, and I was like, I want to be able to work on these more, and if I keep rotating through everything, I'm just not going to get as much time as I want on them. So what I decided to do is I went through all of my whips. I looked at how much I had left in Pattern Keeper, and the one I had that can't go in there, I just saw how many pages I had left. I was trying to determine what would be good goals on all of them. So I'm gonna briefly go through. I feel like I show you guys all my projects every week. But I'm going to briefly go through all of my projects. Shoot, I forgot the cover photo. I'll insert it, it's fine, of one of them. But I'm going to go through all my projects and just for you guys as well as myself, so I remember in case I lose the paper I wrote it down on, just to know where I want it to be at the beginning of the year, and then I can compare at the end of the year. So, so the first one is Tarot Town 2. I'll show what it looks like briefly here. This is how far I am. Well, yeah, this is a starting point. I have the 2 rows above this finished, and then I'm down here. So this one was almost to 30% done. I'm actually gonna give you guys actual numbers for the people who like me kind of like looking at the numbers. So right now I have it sitting at 28.26%. So my goal for this one is to get it to 35%, which is about 25,000 stitches, and should come out to about 3 page finishes for that one. So that's the first one. My next one is Pandemic. I'll show you the finished product here. Oh shoot. I'm gonna pause. No, I'm not. It's fine. I'll just insert a picture of this one. I just realized it'd be kind of a pain to go get it. So I showed you the finished product. This is what it'll look like, what I have done right now. And so my goal on this one is to get a finish. I would really, really like to get in some new long dog samplers, and I'm trying to kind of rotate a little bit so that I don't end up bogged down with, like, I'm just the kind of person, I can't have too many projects or I feel very overwhelmed, and so I need to cap it off probably around 10, or else I'm like, I'm never gonna get anything done. So so I'd really like to finish this one so I can start a new one next year. I think maybe I'll do that for new year, new start in January next year if I can finish it. So right now I'm sitting at 41.24%, so almost halfway there. And a finish would be about 45,000 stitches. So that's that one. And then the third one is North American Mammals. I just showed you guys what that looked like, but I'll show you the finished product. And then for that one, so my 4 big ones, so Tarot Town and Pandemic are 2 of the really big ones. North American Mammals isn't really ranking very high on my want to get a lot of progress this year. So I'm just wanting to get 1 page finish. And what I'll probably go for is the page over here with the start of the antlers and everything, since I'm already partially into that page anyway. So I want 1 page, which will come out to about 7,500 stitches. And then 4th one is Gardner's Paradise, which I showed you. I'll briefly show you again. So this is the page I started on. I've actually kept myself from bleeding too far into the next page because I just want to get this 1 page done this year, since I had to restart it and I'm not too far in yet. I do want it finished. It's just not calling to me very hard right now. So I just want to get this 1 page finished that I started. And that'll be, again, another 7,500 stitches. HAED pages are all about the same. So the 5th one is Loyalty. I just showed you guys this one. I should know where it is. Oh boy. Okay. So that's where, oh, sorry. This is what it looks like when it's done. This is where I am right now again. And I don't really work this one in pages per se. I just kind of pick a section and start working in it. Just because there's not very many pages because it is a mini. So my goal on this one, I don't have like the same type of goal for everyone. Loyalty, I want to reach 20%. Right now I am 8.76%. So that's a pretty big jump. And that's going to be about 9,500 stitches. Seems like a big jump, but it is a mini, and it's not as much work as my gigantic pieces. So my next one is Beloved. Here's what it'll look like when it's done. And I have it in the Q-snap right now, so that's where I'm at right now. I have some more black done down here. So this is another one of my big goals. I want to get to let's see where we're at. I'm currently sitting at 9.49%, and I also want to get to 20% on this one. That is a very big goal. That's about 31,000 stitches on this one, and that'll come out to about 4 page finishes. So that's what I'd like to do for that one. And then Middle Earth map, this is what it'll look like. And then this is where I'm at right now. Not very far in. This one is gigantic. The pages are a little bit smaller, so it's not going to take as much to get more of the pages done, but there are 154 pages in this, just this one. So my goal for this one, I'm sitting at right now 0.88%. Oh, you guys, that's so sad. That makes me makes my heart hurt a little bit. I'm not even a percent in yet, so. I'm not doing a percent on this one because when I look at the percents, as you saw, it makes me a little sad and I get a little overwhelmed. So what I'm doing for Middle Earth is I'm just going to try for 4 page finishes, and that's going to be about 22,500. So I'm not focusing on percentage for that one. So those are the 4. So the 4 big ones: Tarot Town 2, Pandemic, Beloved, and Middle Earth. Those are my 4 really big goals this year. So you guys are going to see those a lot. So if you like them, then stick around. You're going to see them a lot. And if not, I'm really sorry, but I will have other things sprinkled in. And then my next one, I'm going to insert it because I forgot to get the cover page. So this is the winter sampler. This is where I am right now. I love this piece. Every time I look at it, it makes me happy. So that's where I am right now. My goal on this one, I'm wavering back and forth because I would like to also rotate through all of the seasonal samplers that are similar to that one. So my next goal, I'm wavering between 2 pages and 3 pages plus all of the backstitching. I know backstitching, there's a lot in there, and it's going to take me a while because the backstitching is not all the same color. I have to change colors with those too, and they're not all 1 or 2 strands. They vary a lot. So I'm tentatively saying 3 pages plus backstitch, but it's probably going to end up being 2. I'd like to get 3 because that would be half the pattern, and then I could finish the next 3 next year, and then I could rotate out. So we'll see. That one's kind of up in the air right now. And then the video game sampler, which skip forward a little bit if you don't like strong language, but this is what that one will look like when it's done. I haven't started it yet, but I do want to finish it this year as well. It is about 12,000 stitches. I got it into Pattern Keeper and I was so excited about that. So I do want to get that one finished. And if the ones that I'll let slide into next year, if I don't get the goals, will be the samplers. And yeah, my 3 samplers. Yeah, they're all samplers. So the video game, the winter sampler, and Pandemic. I would really like to finish Pandemic, but I know that there's still a lot left. So I'll let those 3 slide, but I would really like to get those full coverage goals done. And when I totaled it all up, we're looking at about 165,000 stitches, possibly up to 175,000 stitches, which I think last year I did crack 150,000. We'll see. This is probably very ambitious and I probably won't hit them all, but I find that when I have goals, I'm more motivated to work on things. So I'd like to have at least something guiding what I'm working on, but I just wanted to feel okay about pulling out those 4 projects more, because 3 of them are older. They've been around for a while and they just don't have as much progress as I'd like to see. And then obviously the Pandemic, I'd just like to be able to rotate in something new. And I reserve the right to throw this whole plan out or decide to add things, new starts, and just not care, but we'll see. So sorry if that was really boring, or I don't know, I felt like I was talking really fast and stumbling over my words a little bit, so sorry about that if I did. So those are the goals I'm moving forward with. I still probably have 3 to 4 projects in a week. I'm probably going to go back to Pandemic starting in next week. I don't know exactly what I'm going to work on, but probably some of the bigger goal projects that I talked about. So we'll see. It'll be a mystery for all of us next week. So anyway, that's all I had for that's all I had for my video this week. As always, if you have comments, questions, suggestions, complaints, feel free to drop them down below. I will link as much stuff as I can in the description box, so if you want to find a pattern, you can. And yeah, I think that's it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye.